of a debate, the congressional debate between Claudia Tenney, the Assemblywoman, Stephen Wells, who is the Republican challenger, along with Republican challenger from down in the Binghamton area, George Phillips. Andrew, what do you want?
Good thing we got Ed Brophy in or later to talk about
Ed
the
Brophy
Hall
will
of
be
Fame
on
weekend.
Talk about a Hall of Fame weekend, and also Muhammad Ali later on in the morning. Yeah.
So, did you want to get into what I had told you about? Isn't that crazy about John Oliver?
Yeah, that's interesting.
On HBO. He was talking about, so every week he does, some funny segments and stuff. He's a comedian, and because he's on HBO, he has a lot more freedom.
He lays it out.
He does.
He does some roasting of people.
He had that whole make Donald Drumpf again because of his whatever. But anyway, so he has now taken possession of the record for the largest TV giveaway on live TV.
So, and I'm assuming that Oprah had that before?
Yeah, with the "You Get a Car." And he actually referenced that in the segment, too.
But in this case, he wasn't giving the people cars, though.
No. And he actually probably will never even meet or see these people. He was talking about how debt buyers is a big problem, how people can literally purchase people's debt and then do with it what they will. But so what he decided to do was he bought just under $15 million worth of medical debt from people, 9,000 different people, and then immediately forgave it.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's really big.
9,000 people.
And most people, when they have that huge medical debt, they will end up paying so much per month that they'll lose things. Their credit gets destroyed.
Interest.
And in some cases, they'll live with it for the rest of their lives. They'll pay what they can pay monthly, and it'll never, ever go away.
I believe I was told that with medical debt, it doesn't come back on your credit.
Oh, it doesn't?
That's what I was told. I don't know if that's true.
It's counted differently, I think, and that's according to a new law that was passed, I want to say last year, that medical debt is considered different from other debt.
The problem is when they're taking your paycheck, the medical debt might not hurt your credit, but the fact that you're not paying on your mortgage will.
Yeah, right.
And you lose your house, your car, the kids, the dog, and whatever. A story in the Globe and Mail on Congressman Richard Hanna talking about how Hanna is disillusioned with Washington. It's a whole story about he really has a problem that nothing gets done, and that people are not willing to compromise. Everybody's stuck on both sides, right and left. And he got into that. I thought Hanna on Friday, if you didn't hear the interview, was probably more fired up and shooting from the hip than ever. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that? Mm-hmm. Because yes, he did go. He really went into Assemblywoman Tenney pretty hard. But was it Thursday that he was on? Either way,
he was on Thursday.
But either way, he's very critical of Washington.
Yeah, I got that sense too, and I guess I've had it the last couple times we talked to him that he's just you said disillusioned. I almost would say disgusted with the way things are done in Washington.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty fair. Disgusted by the fact that nothing gets done, and that you have to be one side. You've got to be on one side or the other. And a caller, and I believe it was Lou the liberal, really was blaming everything on Republicans. And Hanna stayed short of saying that was the case. It said you really can't tag one party. It's both parties. Mm-hmm. They're both dug in, and neither is willing to compromise to get somewhere in the middle to get anything done.
I was concerned with when he said it, too. When he talked about redistricting, he said a lot of the districts are built to elect a certain party, and the more extreme you are, the more popular you are, the more likely you'll be reelected. And I think that's concerning because
the problem is because so few people vote in the primaries.
Right.
You're getting just your hardliners that tend to vote in a primary. So you only have to cater to them to become the candidate. And most times, because of the redistricting and the gerrymandering, the way that it's done, the districts still, like if you have a Democratic district, and there will be a conservative area, Republican area, maybe something rural, it'll go right around that area and skip it and allow it for another district because that would protect the incumbent. It's really crazy when you look at the way these have been divvied up here.
So
it's pretty scary.
And what have we been talking about for weeks now? And we talked about it this morning with Trump. We're saying things like, and other people are saying things like, you're the candidate. The primary's over, so now it's time to change your language.
Yeah.
Which says what? You highlight or talk differently when you're trying to get the nomination.
Any other candidate wouldn't survive that.
And now you've got it. So now you go away from what got you to be the candidate.
Yeah. But Trump's not going away.
Well,
just
he
some
isn't.
of the comments over the
He
weekend. He is not going away.
But Gingrich recognizes that and is saying, okay, now you've got it.
Enough
now
is
stop.
enough. Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, you're there. It's time to change. The problem is, it's almost as if you could say you could take the worst candidate in the world, and they're going to say all these things to get elected. I mean, we're describing what everyone hates about politics. This candidate's going to do and say all these things just to get in there, and then change his beliefs to stay and to appeal to a broader market. It's everything we hate, but they're out just describing Trump as that's who he is. And, oh, by the way, this is why he's doing it. And all these comments he's made here and there, it's all okay because he's just saying that to get elected. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Sue in Utica. Good morning, Sue. You're on the radio.
Just my little comment here as far as our so-called politicians in Washington. Our Congress decided to go on their summer break without passing a Zika bill that President Obama wanted passed so we could start doing some spraying and whatnot that has to be done. But there's our Republican Congress working hard for you.
Well, again, as Hannah said, in fairness, Sue, it's really both sides. Neither side seems to want to get anything done.
Exactly, but who's the majority? And this is going to affect public health. That's what's scary. It's the public health that's going to be affected by these lowlife and politicians in Washington. As far as I'm concerned, they should all be out of office and a whole new slate put in.
Listen, Sue, next time you call in, please tell us how you really think, okay? Lay it out there next time, for God's sake.
This wasn't enough?
Yeah, you're pretty good. All right, Sue, thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Last night, the Miss USA pageant was on in Vegas. That's minus Trump now, right?
Well, I thought he was Miss Universe. This is different.
I think Miss USA goes then to Miss Universe. Don't the winners go on? I don't know.
Didn't we just have a winner like not that long ago?
I have no idea, but I can tell. Well, it'll be this time last year. Remember the one got in a little bit of trouble in California or something?
Right.
Anyway, Miss Hawaii was asked, and Miss Hawaii
no, Steve Harvey. He just made that error.
That was Miss America, though. I think.
This is Miss USA.
This is Miss USA.
I'm confused. I can't tell.
Well, Miss USA has much sexier bathing suits.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
Okay.
These women are more like the bathing beauties versus Miss America, which is supposed to be like, it's about their mind. It's not about their looks. The Miss USA pageant on Fox last night, Miss D.C. Deshauna Barber won the crown. She's a military, right? Is that right, Christine?
Yes, she is.
Yeah. But Miss Hawaii got the most attention because they asked her a question that most people thought was inappropriate. Her name is Chelsea Harden. They asked her whom she would be voting for in the fall. And this is what she had to say.
With Hillary Clinton expected to surpass the delegate count needed to win the Democratic Party nomination, my question to you is, if the election were held tomorrow, would you vote Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump for president, and why would you choose one over the other?
That is a tough question to ask a Miss USA pageant.
I don't like that question.
And they're booing. They're
Good.
booing.
Good.
I would get that, right? All I have to say, it doesn't matter what gender. What we need in the United States is someone who represents those of us who don't feel like we have a voice, those of us who want our voices heard. We need a president to push for what is right and push for what America really needs. Thank you.
Yeah, she just handed the judges a lay and said, deal with it. I thought that was her answer was actually pretty good. She didn't win, but it was pretty good. Listen, I had someone send me a picture, and this involves the congressional race. And I have no choice but to talk about this. It's a picture of a lawn, and it involves the upcoming congressional race between Phillips, Wells, and Tenney in the Republican primary. And I'm going to talk about it when I come right back. You might not be shocked, but it's not something you're probably going to like. Let's just say that. Coming right back, Christine with an update now at 7:51. Good morning, Christine Bellino.
Good morning. Primary day, the candidates getting ready in California. A public memorial service for Muhammad Ali will be held on Friday, and it is the anniversary of D-Day.
Partly cloudy today, and we're looking at some sunshine out there now. Blue skies with a high going to 80 today, tonight 56 tomorrow. Scattered thunderstorms 71 by Wednesday. Scattered thunderstorms 59. Currently 62 degrees. Scattered ants all over the, what do we call what's the name of the stuff? It's taro?
Taro.
This poison that we've had to put in here because we are infested with ants in this studio, literally crawling onto the board. Manaski was shooing them off my headphones this morning. I mean, we're all itching and skeeved out here today. But let me tell you, they are swarming to the poison. And Christine, what would you say? You have 20 or so on that little thing?
At least. You can see it on our Facebook
there?
page, too. Yeah. I'm posting video.
All right. We'll come right back. I'm going to give you the lawn that is probably going to concern you for this upcoming congressional race. Coming right back at WIBX.